Welcome back to the adventures of Mac and Anthea and part 4 of our Northern Spain Adventures 2025. You rejoin us after a particularly strange night's sleep opposite the museum on the outskirts of Barzana, and we start to prepare for our bicycle ride deep up into the mountains to check out a famous old chapel. So despite not having a great night's sleep, we're going on another bike ride today. We're going to be going up to a mountaintop meadow to see an old church, beautiful old church. We've seen it before from above, believe it or not, but I'll talk about that a bit more later. So let's get on our way and I'll fill you in as we go along. And we're off. Okay.
100 meters, turn right.
So a little bit on this road here. Thankfully, because you take your life in your hands riding on these little roads here. I think we're just taking that right up there ahead that we can see. Hope we've got the right way because it's quiet.
In 200 meters, turn left onto Luna Fabrica.
Well, that must have been the right, eh? Well, that doesn't look right. We've just looped all round in a big loop round. Okay, let's try again. Okay, so that's the right turn we just took last time, so it's looking like there might be another little right turn just around the corner here. Took the wrong one. Right, let's try this one. Ah, there we go. We've got the signpost, so that's done that. La Capilla d'Alba, which is where we're heading to. Okay. Well, a little ride out or walk out for us wouldn't be complete if we didn't get lost. As long as we just get lost at the start there and that's it for the day, that'll be great. So it looks like this trail today is actually going to be mostly on asphalt. It's starting out on this and then it'll narrow to one lane, sort of, you know, half the width of this, so quite a really narrow tarmac track in the end when we get up towards the church. It's about 6.5 kilometres. I think it's going to be a constant climb. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with the channel, both me and Anthea now run 750 watt mid-drive Bafang motors. Tried other things, and due to our lack of fitness or age or whatever, you know, they won't get us up here. We got some really steep stuff, you know, stupidly steep, and anything less than what we're running now won't get us up it, so then we can't do it. So yeah, little choice but to run these motors. Now, with previous experience, we've found constantly climbing, the battery we've got, which is a 13 amp hour battery, will do between 15 and 20 kilometers, constant climb, no going down, nothing, just climb, climb, climb. And obviously 15 to 20 depends on the steepness of the incline. Mixed is normally about 35. If you're going up and down through heavy mountainous situations, you'll get about 35 kilometers out of these batteries. So our first little hamlet, up here there's several little hamlets as we climb up. Never been on this route, never know anything about it, so. So our speed has just overtook me and gone off ahead there. It's 2 bike rides in a row. Anthea's suffering with her coccyx. I've mentioned it in previous videos. She's got damaged coccyx. She needs an operation either to take the end off or actually to pull out the cracked bits of vertebrae at the sort of vertebrae tail, the cracked bits, take them out. She's not really meant to be riding bikes, but I mean, how long do you wait, you know, and stop doing what you enjoy while the hospital gets her act together? The doctors and the hospital have already messed up her scan appointment, you know. So, you know, and that was a year ago, so we're gonna have to get back and sort that out when we get back. But yeah, for now she's doing it and she's sort of putting up with the pain, but I think after today it's going to be a few days off and probably, you know, do a little hike as the next one and not a bicycle, just to give her a bit of time to recover, because she's just getting quite a bit of pain with it. Okay, we're getting pretty high now. Lovely little church there. Okay, so yeah, like I said, we're getting high. It looks like we're coming to the outskirts of another little hamlet. Maybe if we get up to it in a minute, I should just double check the map just to be sure. Although I can't really see anywhere else we could have turned off. Okay, and that's good. They're giving us a sign up ahead here, Capilla d'Alba, again near Rita. So yeah, we know we're we're back on track and we're going up to the area of recreation up here. So yeah, spin around, haven't got to consult the map, just keep going. Oh, this is a steep one. So the crazy night we had, excellent park up. We didn't have more than 3 to 4 cars pass through the night, or they're the only ones I heard anyway. And I slept all the way through till about 4. I come aware, you know, sort of real strong smell of smoke. So I got on the security camera, had a quick whiz around, make sure nothing was about everything. No, there wasn't. The wind was also getting up, and it's also very, very warm. Like the air, you say, I had the smell of smoke. It was very warm. The air, you know, just didn't smell right, or, you know, or seem right. So in the end, I ended up getting up. Going outside and having a look, and I could see the moon above, but it was like sort of in cloud, but it wasn't cloud. It was sort of browny, yellowy brown, sort of dirty clouds around and everything. And there was no smoke, but it seemed smoky, the clouds. So I started to get a bit concerned. Got back into the motorhome, and if you go onto maps, you know, press with the target bit to find where you are, locate yourself, and then type in wildfires. It'll give you all the wildfires nearby. Well, it just so happens to the south, which wind was blowing, and there was an increase with wind, obviously because of this fire. There was 2 fires south of us, one about 30 kilometres away and one about 40 kilometres away, quite big. One was about 2,000 hectares and the other one was about 4,000 hectares of damage. So I suspect what happened is the prevailing winds pulled it over to us and, you know, minged up all the air over us to us, and that's what we could smell. But there was a point now where we thought, well, we need to sort of be prepared to move if we have to quickly. But until we actually knew where the fire was, if there was a fire, whether it's a danger to us, we didn't really know which direction to go in, so it seemed pretty pointless. So we sat tight. Obviously didn't sleep that well. I think Anthony nodded off a bit more, but I didn't. I stayed awake. And then eventually the air turned cool, it smelled fresh, and I probably went back to sleep, but that's probably about 5 after 5. So yeah, we lost a chunk of sleep there. But it was a really weird one, and then, you know, I could have been, you know, it could have been passed off as a dream in the night if it wasn't for the fact that Alfie had the same dream as well. So yeah, if we didn't dream it, it did really happen, but it was weird. It was almost sort of spooky, nightmarish situation where I go outside and it's pitch black, where you've got this brown, yellowy cloud all around us and the stink of smoke. Yeah, it's like something out of a horror movie. But anyway, came to nothing, we're all okay. Didn't have to move, so yeah, apart from losing a bit of sleep, yeah, no damage done. Well, Anthony is obviously up for it today. She's having to stop and wait for me. She whizzes off and she's pulled in the gateway again to wait for me. She's called me slow coach. How rude. Well, we can't be far off. I reckon we're probably about a kilometre and a half off. We're getting really high. You see now, we're misty day. It's meant to be a high of 21 degrees today, so I suspect it's going to be a bit more in the sun, obviously. Right, just spotted a really steep climb coming up, really steep, so I've got us into a low gear. Yeah, it's good 40% gradient, 40-45. It's great, these e-bikes has opened up a whole new world to us, because we would never be able to do this, you know, in the past, certainly never do it on an organic bike, you know. So yeah, it's opened up a whole lot new life to us of going up to these mountaintops, you know, taking the views and visiting these places. Okay, so if you look up there, those aerials up above that mountain, that's where we rode up to. I think it was in part 3 of Northern Spain Adventures 2024, right up there on those aerials, and that's where we was looking down on this little chapel. Oh, looks like we might be nearly there. What's this around this corner? Ah yeah, I can see the chapel now. Someone's got a house or something up here. Wow. There we go. If you want a little place there out the way and you don't want bothering, there it is, right there for sale. Right at the top here. Good God. Yeah, we're nearly there, are we? Yep. Let's see if we could ride up to it. Right. Area. I don't know which way we go up. Do you track? I think we're going to keep going, aren't we? Okay, so I think we're going to take this road up here, and it's not really sure. But yeah, we're going to carry on up to there, I think. I'm on my final bar. Ooh, it's really burnt through it. Let's hope we make it up. So Alfie's just gone to do a recce ahead there to see if she can look down where it is. I don't think this is a route. I think we probably meant to oof it up there. Yeah, I'm not sure what hand signals I'm getting from Anthea, but she's disappeared over the hump now. So, let's go and check out. I can see people walking to it now. We missed the trail, haven't we? Okay, it looks like we are right. We probably took a different route up to it, but yeah, I'm thinking if we go by the side of this white tent here, we may get up to it. I've just seen people walking up there. Keep going, I'm dead. I'll walk up.
Mine.
Go. Okay, so my battery's died. He's gone back onto 1 now, but he just died there on level 9. So I'm going to just walk it up. Okay, so I'll put it on the highest gear, smallest cog, because that gives us a decent pace on walk mode. My battery's died as I was going up there on power level 9, but now it's got 1 bar again now. Got off from walking. It's probably time for a new battery. I've had this one 3-4 years. Okay, that looks like we've just about got here, and not a moment too soon. She doesn't look happy.
Trying to kill me again. I told you I'm not insured.
No one will insure you. Okay, and that's that little parking area down the bottom there, where you can see that car and that van pulling in, and that little sort of green camper van that was down there when we arrived. So I'm not quite sure the route we should have taken. I don't think it was that, but I can't really see another. Anyway, we're here, and that above there is the Ailes. That's where we were when we did a bike ride right up to the top of there, and we looked down on this. Oh, Anthea spotted something. I've got to say, if you had to walk up to this chapel every Sunday to worship, it would really test your faith. Is it a drop? Yeah, that's what I can see from that upper bit. Oh my good God.
Yeah, I'm not going. Don't go any further.
Yeah, no idea on camera, but yeah, that's one hell of a drop.
You take photos.
And to the guy who put that bicycle trail that I followed the other day on Wikiloc, here, this is my bicycle trail. This is what I call the technical section. There you go, just go straight down that track down there. That's it, yeah, just follow that. Okay, so this is the air meter. Not an expert, but I'm going to stick my neck out and say this is VC Golf, probably dated between 900 and 1100 AD. I'll put some more information in the subtitles when I edit, and I've done a bit of research. Lovely little chapel. Anthea's just said there because it's a sheer drop. I wonder how many people jumped off the end of there. I thought probably all the people who couldn't be bothered to walk all the way back down again. It's a hell of a trek. I'm sure people couldn't have come up here every Sunday. It's lovely cool in here. Oh, you can probably see it better with the camera because it's so good the light sensor on this. And I can't see in the naked eye, but just about through there there's a little thing of the Virgin Mary. I'm pretty sure you're getting that. So yes, up here, I follow a ridge. I've just climbed up here once and took a few photos of Anthea's camera. I wish I'd taken this camera up because it's a brilliant view, so I'm going to back it up and do some videoing. A little bit of drone maybe. The big main drone is playing up a bit and I'm a bit scared to fly him at the minute in case I lose him, but we've still got little Neo who can do a little bit. Okay, so we're on the way back down. I'm drifting down a bit on the bike. Anthea, it's more sensible, she's walking, and giving her coccyx a bit of a break as well. And we're back down to the main road. That was quick. A lot quicker that way. And there we are, back to Hobbit. Okay, and that brings us to the end of that bicycle ride. The bikes are back on the rack. We're staying here tonight, and we're probably going to be sort of doing the services tomorrow and then make it right up further into the mountains to sort of near those aerials that you actually saw in that previous footage. Good morning and welcome back. We're moved and we're at our next park up. We've been here before, it's one of our favourite places and we're right high up on the mountain. Now about this position, the thing I particularly like about this is you can see now we're actually sort of in line with the cloud, but it's quite good because what happens is in the day, the cloud normally rises with the hot air as it goes through the day up above you and it's above you, and you can see clearly over all the valley. Then as it starts to cool down, the cloud drops in and you're in it, you're sort of almost like fog and you go to sleep, And the next morning when you wake up, it's dropped right down to the bottom of the valleys and you're looking down on top of it and it's truly beautiful. So we plan to spend about 3 nights up here because there's a reason for that. Tomorrow's Friday, so you start getting people in from the weekends coming into the normal park ups and it gets busy. Plus there's a fiesta down below. It's going to be in Barzana, and the meter that we rode up to, that's going to be a big fiesta up there as well. So it's going to be very noisy. We've already been to the motorhome service point and it's like hell on earth, or certainly to us it is anyway. Everybody's come, they've got their kids, all their bicycles out, all their dogs out, all the dogs are barking at each other, all the kids are arguing with each other. We spent 15 minutes there and we felt completely stressed out and exhausted and couldn't wait to escape. Not for us at all. So yeah, we're away and damn glad to be out of it and up the top here. Another reason as well also is tomorrow it's going to be, well, it's ranging, they keep changing their minds, between 33 and 36 degrees. Whereas up here it tends to be sort of 4 or 5 degrees cooler, and the weather forecast says it's going to be cooler up the top here. So we're also escaping the heat a bit. Now up here is brilliant. There's loads of walks, loads of rides, lots you can do up here, if you like that sort of thing, which we do. So yeah, we're, like I say, 2 or 3 days up here. We'll get some good photos, get some good drone footage hopefully, do a few bike rides and a few walks, and then we're moving to the town to do some serious shopping at the local Mercadona. Good morning and welcome back. We're off on a little hike, so let's get straight on with it and I'll fill you in as we go along. Okay, so straight into it. We've got that steep climb again. Camera's not going to really show it up, but a really steep climb, 40-45% gradient. It's crazy. Yeah, so we're straight into that, and this is pretty much a climb for the first kilometre at least. So that's the first little bit up there. There's a bit down below there in the car park. We're just going to continue up here. Now this is a particularly long hike this morning. I've just mapped it out and it's about 4.5 kilometres, but there is a lot of climbing and it is quite steep. Puffing in the first 5 minutes. We have been up here before. We come up on our bicycles. It's one of 2 routes that takes you up to those aerials that I pointed out the other day from the meter from that chapel. Turns out it's a hiking route. It's definitely not a biking route, as you'll see later. So we went up to the top, had a quick look, had a sort of a recce and a walk round, and then we come back on ourselves down here along the road and went up the roadway, which is only very narrow and still a very enjoyable ride. Okay, so up here in a minute I think we've got the old prehistoric mounds, so I'll bring you back in for that. So what we're stood on here is apparently the prehistoric mounds. We'll have to take their word for it because I'm not seeing any civilization on here, not even prehistoric civilization, but anyway, apparently it is. Beautiful view, a lot clearer today. That road down there you see below is the way we'll be coming back when we've done the loop. So that track you see in the distance, we're going to go back to the road, we carry on up there. It sort of goes all the way up there, I don't even see a horse in distance, all the way up there, climb, 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 and then we end up in the top meadow, and there's a refugee forest now, probably better known to people from the UK as a bothy. So yeah, we're going to trek up to there. So we start the climb again, leave the cows behind, a couple of horses, sweet little foal over there as well. Okay, climb, climb, climb. Okay, we're at the top of the next little climb, that sort of ridge of rocks you can see down that mound. Just about to see the cows there, that's the prehistoric mound. So, still a little bit higher. Just stop because I've just realised over there in the distance, I'll try and put an arrow in and zoom it. There's a chapel up on the hill, and a little bit lower to your right, there's the tent that we went to the other day. Just spotted it. Yeah, we just saw the aerials. You'll probably pick that up on the drone footage I took as we came up to the top of that last sort of slope. Okay, let's carry on. Okay, so we've arrived at the top meadow at the bothy. You could get away, there's been a few fires up here, looks like it's probably the local Ayuntamiento Town Council organising things up here. But you could, if you're keen, little Volkswagen Campervan, drive up here and have an amazing park up. We've been here before, like I say, we filmed this before, but the channel was a lot younger then, a lot less viewers, so yeah, there's a lot of you who haven't seen this. Oh, someone's got a crafty rest here. So this is the where we come up to last time. You can see the aerials up in the background, which is where we cycled up last year. May do this year as well, because I want to test my battery after that episode the other day. Make sure it's fully charged and give it a test, because if it can't get up to there, it's not going to be able to get up to our next climb that I want to go to as well. So yeah, we may go up there again, because Anthony particularly enjoyed that one as well. So yeah, we come up to about here, and then there was a trail down here. And that's the one that looked unpassable by bicycle. So we're down this trail here. You could just about see the road there in the distance, which goes up to the aerials which we took last time, and we'll eventually hit that on this path, hopefully. Never been down this path before, beyond a few hundred metres when I checked it out last time for the bicycles. Okay, it's quite steep going down, but it's quite nice. There's nice, plenty of shaded areas, and it's really quite pretty. And then we've got bracken and hawthorn trees and some a lot of holly trees as well. Yeah, it's lovely. Okay, we've got quite a steep section here going down. Very, very loose underfoot, powdery, loose rock, so we can take it really steady. So we'll walk down sideways. Be careful, Anthony's got a stick to that. I've got mine as well in case I need it. In fact, I think I might get it out. So I think we're just about through the worst of it. We can see the road there, a little ways down there. So yeah, we're not far off. It's shorter than I thought actually. I don't think you're going to pick it up on the camera, I'll show you in a bit, but there's sort of a trail that goes around to the left, and when I originally looked from above last time we were here, I saw all that and I thought, that's a long way. I decided against it, but it looks like that's not this trail at all. It looks like it's another trail off to the left. Just stop it again. I will try and zoom it in and editing, but I don't will pick it up. There's like that mountain you can just see in the distance there. It's like a big lump, sticking up, and you just about to see the white dot on it, which is the Amita we went to on the bicycles the other day. Another tremendous view of that. So we come out through that section there, we wound down through sort of bracken and blackberry bushes, quite a few blackberries. Anthony's just tried one, so they're really nice. Now look, she's foraging some more. Yeah, go on, I'll try one. Okay, so that's the road, if you can call it that, you know, on the trail on the way out. So we can't be far off now. We'll carry on along here. So that's the end of the cross-country trail. See a lot of cyclists really favourite with cyclists biking up to the top. You've got to be super fixed, it's crazy high. The trail off here to our left, another one that we were looking at earlier. We'll give that a miss and we'll take this road way back. Yeah, that route's 15.9 kilometres to Barzana. Just looking at this white line down the middle of the road and just saying you wouldn't want to follow this white line, but you can definitely see where the workmen stopped for a break. Yeah, that made us chuckle. It looks like they've come down with the white line. I thought, oh, we'll have a break here. They've had their dinner break and it looks like they've rejoined the road and got back onto there. Brilliant. Welcome to Spain. Yeah. And the same again with a white line. Looks like they had a bigger break this time. A lot longer along there, and then they rejoined the track back there again. Yeah, 2 o'clock break, yeah. There's an observation Anthony has made there, you know, if the snow got all the way up that pole, which is obviously what these marker poles are for, all the way up this road, it'd be taller than us. It must get really deep and caught in here. Yeah, if you're just going to stand by to give you some sort of idea. Yeah, so yeah, that's it. It must get pretty deep, the snow up here. Yeah. Okay, I don't think we're far from the road now. We can hear it getting louder. The main road, you know, the big road. Okay, so we've come to the end here. Looks like this fiestas that are going on something to do with horses, which is probably why we don't hear a lot of fireworks going off. We noticed that the other day at San Emiliano when I went on the really rough trail with Dangerous Brian. They had a fiesta there and we were in and knowing about whether we were going to stay in the lay-by and move on. But we didn't hear any loud music or any fireworks, but of course it was, you know, an actual festival, you know, revolving around horsemen, you know, and the horses. So that's almost certainly the reason why they haven't. I wonder if we can get by the side of this barrier.
Over there you can.
So we're just following the road along this side of the barrier, so we've got some protection at least. And we're just making towards that motorhome you can see in the distance. We're parked behind that one. So yeah, not too far. So Anthony's found some blackberries. They're very small. Not very big at all, but they're very, very juicy, very nice. We've got an empty water bottle now, so she's going to collect a few now as a load here. This is a good spot here. We've just come across it. It's just sort of come off the trail around the side there. Here we're just saying it's pretty flat here. You could pull off here between these posts, maybe sort of park up away from the road here in this area here maybe. Not a car up, but that's hard to avoid up here. Yeah, there's a nice flat spot just there. You can put a motorhome on. Yeah, it's not too much of a drop off the road either. Okay, and that's it, we're back to Hobbit. Okay, so that brings us to the end of that walk. I've got to say, this time round in northern Spain, we're really managing to pack in the activities, and that's for 2 major reasons. The first reason is due to what we've learnt in the past few years about how to choose park-ups. Number one thing is choosing the right park up where you're not going to get disturbed and you can get a decent night's sleep, because obviously without a decent night's sleep that starts to build up and you're not going to have the physical ability to actually go and do the activities. And when you do, if you do, you only join it because you're tired and you know you're bitching at each other and that and falling out. So yeah, it's that's the number one. The second reason is because I've upgraded the solar power and we're now able to really quickly recharge the e-bike batteries. You know, we don't have to do it over 3 or 4 days. We could do it all in one day, no problem. I mean, it's exceeded expectations, the solar power on the motorhome. So yeah, that's really improved. Both those things has really improved our trip. We're on our 14th day. We've had 2 sort of semi-crappy night's sleep, but not really, not really bad. All the other days have been pretty good. So improved sleep and improved solar system has, transformed these visits to a lot more enjoyable visits where we can do a lot more activities. In part 5, we abandoned the mountaintop due to wildfires and travelled down to a large town to do a big shop. From there, we travelled back over the mountains, back down into the valley, and to another excellent park up. I then complete the previously abandoned trip down the Senda d'Orso to Riccobo on Dangerous Brian, which turns out to be an absolutely stunning trail. From there, we travel to the other end of the Senda d'Orso to complete that section, which turns out to be far more civilised. So all that remains is to thank you for watching. Please hit that subscribe button so you don't miss part 5, and I'll see you next time.